All right, so we're starting our second drawing of the day. We're going to be working with this drawing right here, a foreshortened rectangular prism and a sphere. So I just wanted to show you real quick foreshortening the term, just so if you're new to my class and you haven't heard me talk about drawing three-dimensionally before, when we draw something foreshortened, we're drawing it as if it appears in real life, as if somebody was handing it to us. So normally we see things, a lot of things, what we call overhead or bird's eye view, where we're just seeing the top face of it. But as soon as we start to tip this remote away from us, not only do we see the top surface, we're also seeing the front, and possibly if we turn it, we're also seeing the side, left side of it as well. So when we're trying to draw something this way, it's called foreshortening versus an overhead view. And again, the goal is to keep or to establish a really good sense of depth in our drawings, and that's what makes them look more three-dimensional and also more accurate. All right, so to start this, we are going to start with a set of guide dots, which are here, and I don't know if you can see. I kind of drew this once already because I messed up my video. So we have 4 guide dots that we're going to connect. 2 of them are really close together. 2 of them are kind of stretched farther apart. And this creates, if you turn it sideways, a really kind of thin diamond shape, if that's you're checking your paper sideways. And then from that center guide dot, we're going to drop a line. My paper, it's about 1/4 inch, and try to make the same length line on each side. They should not be even. So if I extend a line straight across, you can see that the far right line is elevated a little, and so is the far left. Okay, they should not line up with each other. And then I'm going to try to establish 2 parallel lines on the left, 2 parallel lines on the right. All right. And then we're just going to try to sketch in a circle. If you have something round, I don't even know if I have, I'm looking around to see if I have anything round. I don't really have anything round at the moment. But if you have something round, you can start to sketch it in and then maybe spin your paper a little bit to get the curves the way you want them. So you have a nice round shape. It should be a decent size in comparison to that rectangular prism sitting on top. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put in a horizon line, I think. So now looking at this sphere with a box on top, turning it into something realistic. Not really seeing anything. So while I'm still brainstorming, I'm going to kind of crosshatch this left side in. I'm going to crosshatch the right side in. And that'll give me a nice consistent dark shadow on one side. I'm going to put a little cast shadow underneath while I'm still trying to figure it out. Actually, I think I just had an idea. So a little cast shadow here. I'm going to smooth that out a little bit because it should be real soft. Actually, yeah. So I'm going to make this look like a book. I'm just going to curve this edge a little bit. And then maybe in dark handwriting, pressing as hard as I can, maybe I'll just write the word math. If you think of something else that this looks like, you can turn it into whatever you want. And then I'm actually going to erase this line a little bit and just put in some lines for texture. Now on the front of the book, I'm just going to try to draw like a little window. I'm not really going to write the word math or anything. Maybe just put a couple squiggles to indicate that there's, cover design, but we can't really tell what it is. Keeping these two lines parallel with this line and this line. That's really important because that makes it look like it's on the cover of the book. And then underneath, I'm going to draw a globe. And I don't have my iPad or my laptop on, so I'm going to be winging this one. So if it's wrong, y'all know why. So I'm going to draw, all right, California. And then there's like Mexico. And then Canada, which comes all the way up here. And then Maine, this is the East Coast with Florida. And then there's a bunch of islands, and Canada's up here. I don't know how to do Europe. I might have to get a reference on this one because I think I might need to phone a friend. I'm going to draw a little bit of a continent over here. I'm going to cheat. I can't do it. I'm going to look up a globe because if I don't, I'll be mad. There we go. All right. Of course, they all show Australia, not United States at the bottom. Figures. There we go. There's the US. All right. So if I'm looking here, I'm seeing this edge. Here's my Mexico. I wasn't too far off with Mexico. South America is going to disappear. And then this mess over here is going to look like Europe with this underneath. All right. And then up here, those Nova Scotia, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I'm going to shade the sphere, even though I could potentially color these in. Because there's a shadow under this book, this is called a cast shadow. So I'm going to put a shadow under the edge of the book a little bit. Nice and dark right up against the book. And I like shadows that are dark, so I tend to press a lot harder than some people might. So I'm going to make this side of it a little darker. And then if I wanted to, I would probably just shade in the ocean color a little bit so that the continents look slightly different than the water. But that depends on how much you want to get into it. I'm just putting the suggestion of it, you know, that it's somewhat accurate. All right. I hope that recorded. Yes. So, drawing of the day. If you complete it, submit it. Again, you can change it into something else if you like. And I'll see you guys